What's up, world? Welcome to another episode of Nerdy Dating. I'm your host, Ali Zakka. And what is Nerdy Dating? It is a relationship advice podcast from a viewpoint of a nerd here in Kansas City, Missouri. And you have a friend, family, somebody that you know who needs some relationship advice from a third person who don't really know how to get it and just want to ask questions. They can listen to this and I'll give them some advice. You also, please like this. Please share this with your friends and family. Please comment. And somebody who wants a question to be answered on the show, they can put in the comments below here, or they can send it to alizakkanerdydating@gmail.com. That's alizakkanerdydating@gmail.com. Also, we're on Spotify, so they want to listen to me while they're in the gym, while they're on the run, while they're out about. Listen to on Spotify, and that's alizakkanerdydating. All right, now let's get to today's topic, which is about Instagram liking pictures. Well, just not even Instagram, but social media in general. Liking people's pictures on social media, following somebody of the preferred sex on social media. We're going to talk about that today because for some reason my TikTok decided to send me just a flood amount of videos about guys telling men and telling women that, you know, liking pictures is cheating and disrespectful, micro cheating, all this stuff. And I was like, wait a minute. So there's going to be a few videos I'm going to be reacting to because it's funny because some of the people who are saying you shouldn't be doing this are also doing it. I went to go look at their Instagram to see who they're following and then go through the follow. First, I had to follow them for a half a second to see, you know, them pop up underneath the like thing. And then I started looking and I was like, okay, you're not practicing what you preach because you're saying, you know, this is cheating. Then you're the one who's liking and doing the same thing. Matter of fact, there's people you're following and liking who don't even have like big followings. So you tell me. So I'm gonna break it down. I'm gonna go ahead and give you some tips on how to handle situations like this, where to go with this kind of situation if you find yourself in it. But first, let's react to a few videos here from YouTube and TikTok, and then I'm gonna go ahead and get the breakdown on, you know, how the best way to go about this. So this first video here is from First Things Thirst, and this is a guy who's interviewing Sadie Khan, who has Sadie's Psychology. She is a dating coach, and they're talking about, of course, dating apps, or not dating apps, but liking other people's pictures on Instagram. So here we go.
Other girls' photos. Even though in your head you're like, it's nothing. I think I underestimated how
really
much damage that would be for her. Because obviously, if she's scrolling social media and she sees that I've liked a photo of a girl who's, you know, maybe she's like half naked or whatever, like, of course she's not going to like that. And and then I'm kind of thinking, oh, it's not that bad. But then if she does the same thing and likes a picture of a topless guy, I'm like, I'll flip out. I'll go crazy. So it's very important to put myself in their shoes. And I've understood that if you are in a relationship in real life, you have to be in a relationship on social media as well.
Absolutely. And it would cost you nothing to not tap and save your relationship a lot. It would cost you nothing. It's not a big ask. But men don't like to feel like they're being controlled. They're like, oh, you're just being controlling. You're being insecure. You're being this. You're being that. But I always say women who post provocative pictures and men who like provocative pictures, are you being insecure? Or are you recognizing that it is a invitation for something that you don't want to invite into your relationship? And it would cost you nothing to just not tap. So that's why I recommend just avoiding it.
But what about following people of the opposite sex?
If they're your friends, there's no problem. But if
you
it's
said,
random,
you said
that earlier in the episode.
Okay, if they're random, there's no need. Why?
Yeah.
Especially if it's a profile like yours.
If we're in a relationship and then I follow somebody who is maybe in your industry, like a female role model who you respect.
Yeah. Then I think women don't mind so much when they see who you're following is kind of similar to them. They don't mind as much. But when it's the exact opposite, I know girls who've actually gone out and got surgery because their man was following a bunch of girls that had a particular surgical procedure. So you have no idea the damage it causes women. I know so many women who've gone out and got lip filler because their partner was following girls and that's just nothing. Imagine the surgeries, the amount of surgeries women have got because their partner kept following girls that look a certain way, tattoos and this, they've done so much damage. So what you think is small is actually having a huge impact. So why not just avoid it? If it's so small, just stop it. Yeah, that's what I always say.
Yeah, I think, I guess if you're young, you end up making these mistakes and hopefully you learn from them. Hopefully if you're watching this, you don't make the same mistakes, which I do. There's been some unfortunate circumstances where I literally just cannot believe the timing sometimes.
Yeah.
So I will be, I'm with my partner, scrolling through social media, and then a message pops up from a girl saying, "You have a girlfriend?" Question mark.
And did you know this girl or no?
Literally, I think I'd messaged her like 6 months ago,
Okay.
like barely, like no conversation. But because it popped up,
wrong timing.
instantly,
in like the social media, where he's a social
why is she
media
asking
guy.
that?
Yeah,
like
of
all
course.
these questions.
Yeah.
And there's been so many scenarios where there is genuinely nothing going on.
Yeah.
But because they see it, they just can't forget about it, and they will assume the worst.
Yeah, it's
So
like crazy.
sometimes I'm almost afraid to get my Instagram out in front of my partner when I'm with them, because there might be a girl who I was seeing a year ago.
Yeah, who might randomly.
Who might be like, because this happens sometimes, if I post a picture and like I'm looking good in that picture on my story, people are going to reply to it, and I can't control those messages popping up, particularly if I've already had some sort of a conversation with them in the past.
Right.
So I feel like that's kind of out of my control.
I don't recommend ever like being secretive, or like, I also don't think that you should go through each other's phone or not. But usually women feel more insecure, and men, when they don't feel as loved. When you take effort to make quality time, give them attention, they can see stuff like that and feel okay. But when they felt like they haven't heard from you the whole day, you haven't had one-to-one time in a while, you've been on your phone the whole day, that message can ignite something. So I always think the cure to insecurity is connection. Spend quality time, no phones, just me and you. She'll be calm.
I agree. I agree with her with that. Like, it comes down to the attention that your partner's not giving you. Your partner's giving somebody attention on social media, liking all these different girls' pictures, liking all these different guys' pictures, but they're not giving you that same attention, that same energy. I can see how somebody can feel some kind of way, but to say that, like, social media is the reason, or if I tell them not to like it, they're gonna go find it somewhere else, or they're gonna try to hide it. Like, he was like, I kind of feel ashamed for having my social media, bring my social media out, because I'm afraid that I will get people commenting on it, or get some comment on it. My girlfriend looks over and see that, like, wait a minute, who is that? And think something's worse. But you had that conversation, have that trust with each other. Like, okay, some girl slid in his DM, but I trust him not to try to talk to her. I trust him to block that, delete that picture, delete that message, and keep moving. It comes down to trust and communication. So that's one point of view there. But then here's another one. And this is from the Chemical X podcast. They're asking, is this micro cheating? So here is what she asked.
On or liking a person's picture?
I don't know. My partner is able to comment on my friends' pictures, but like it can be like, it depends what it is, in what context. If you're making a joke, no problem. Like, whatever. Like, it's actually showing that, like, you're getting along with my friends, which I like. You're, like, joining the group. But if it's, like, fire emojis, you're a fucking loser. Get a life.
But, like, fire emojis under a girl that, like, they both follow each other and she's posting a bikini pic.
No, that's not okay.
And what about just liking?
You know what? It's not even about like if I'm worried my man is gonna like go and cheat. It's more just like the image it looks on me and the people who are gonna see.
Yeah.
And like I don't know how many people would admit that, but it's like it's more the image that it's looking like for me.
Just tells me that you're trying to let this girl know that you have your eye on her. And the same thing goes for me when it comes to liking pictures. Like, sure, you could like whoever pictures you want, them, whatever. But when it comes to like really like inappropriate pictures, bikini pictures, that kind of stuff, like, do I want my boyfriend liking that picture? No. Because why are you letting that girl know I think you're hot? Because that's what I find.
Wait, was it liking and commenting?
Yeah.
Okay, liking and commenting are two separate entities. I'm sorry here.
Liking, for sure.
Liking is not the same thing as commenting. And like I know many people are gonna say you could like with your eyes and you don't have to like with your fingers, but for me, there's nothing wrong with liking pictures. I
bikini pic, everything?
I don't care. No.
Why? Why don't you care?
Because I just don't see there a problem. Like you're already following them, so it's not like you're not seeing the pic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like,
but the problem is communicating the fact that you like the picture to that person.
But it's Instagram. Like everyone does it. Like it's like if I have the rule of like my man is not allowed to like a pic, then the same rules should apply. Then I shouldn't be posting bikini pics. That's how I see it. Because the same way I'm posting bikini pics, I'm essentially getting likes from other men. Mm-hmm. I feel like it's hypocritical to be like, by the way, like you can like other girls that you're already following. You can like their pics, but also I'm going to post bikini pics and like I'm also receiving likes from other men. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I feel like it's hypocritical.
I see your point of view, but for me, my opinion on that is I feel like it's a different exchange. Whereas like if I'm posting a bikini picture, I can't control if people are liking the picture and whether it's going to be guys or girls. Like I can't control who's going to come and interact with me. But you can. But
you're still allowing it.
Yes, but you can control what you're going out and doing. So I don't care if my man would post a shirtless pic, a gym pic, whatever. That would not bother me at all. If you're getting likes from girls, that would not bother me at all. And I feel like that's where it's even. But I feel like if you're going out and liking pictures, you're trying to communicate something to that person. You're trying to let them know that you like that picture. And my thing is always kind of like, imagine you're on a beach, okay? If I'm wearing a bikini and I look good, I'm on the beach, I'm in a bikini, whatever, I'm walking around, I can't control that people are going to come up to me and compliment me or try to get my number. I can't control that. But what would be different is like if my man would go up to a girl in a bikini and be like, hey, you look so good, that would be crossing a line. Obviously I'm not doing anything wrong being in a bikini. I can't control it, but you can control your actions.
Hey, you look so good is the comment. I don't think the hey, you look so good is the like. That's where I feel like we're a little bit different. Like I think liking it with your eyes in person, staring at a girl is the same thing like liking a picture on Instagram versus like going up to them and being like, hey, you're so pretty. That's the comment for me. That's unacceptable.
I see how like you see it that way for sure. And like I understand what you mean of like the comment. I just feel like in the same, like that's just my opinion when it comes to like the relation between like you posting bikini pics and someone liking a pic. Like I understand your point of view. My thing is just like I feel like you're doing the action by liking the picture, whereas I'm just posting the picture and I can't control what happens. I'm allowing it to happen.
Right. I just think it's hard to set all these rules, but then also like be the person who's like doing them. I think if you're going to be the person who's like, you can like pictures on Instagram, you can comment, you can do this, then I also think you need to have a private account. You can be in the social media field because realistically, if you're entertaining and you're in that world, like it's bound to happen. And it's like, it's hard to choose what's a boundary and what's not in a situation like that. Mm-hmm. Whereas like, I think like it's fine.
I don't know. I think the way I see is like, if I could post bikini pictures, then you can post topless pictures and you can post whatever thirst traps you want. But if I'm not gonna go out
the reality is like men don't post like women do, so that's where it's like already not.
I mean,
I'm gonna stop it right there. In this situation, I agree with. I think Alyssa, I don't know her actual name, is the one who didn't have an issue with the liking, but the comment she did have an issue with. And I do agree with that sense because you're commenting, you're trying to get more attention versus the like the American Ninja Warrior. These two, they're social media. One is I think does OnlyFans. The other one was in the dope industry at one point. So they use their platform, their social media platform, to get more followers, get more likes to their podcast and where the case may be. But they also post pictures of them doing stuff in Alc. I went to look at their Instagram to see what they do. Now, the blonde, I could not find her liking anybody's picture. Like, I could not find her liking anybody's picture, but she did follow a lot of models, a lot of men who take shirtless pictures, who are all out, like, shirts off and everything, like gym pictures, stuff like that. She followed a lot of models and a lot of men who are fitness men models, but she doesn't like any of their stuff. But back to Sadie in that last video, Sadie, she does like men pictures. She followed men, and then she likes their pictures as well. I went and looked and see, like, is she liking other? Yes, she was. She was liking people, music artists, people who had models. She liked model men shirt. Now, Sadie at one point was in a relationship, so I don't know when the relationship was at the time she was liking pictures. And I know the blonde at one point was in a relationship, and the brunette, she was in a relationship too. Anyway, But the blonde, I could not find anything she's like. I could not find one thing. So I was like, okay, at least she's sticking true to her guns. She is not following. She's following all these people, but she's not liking their pictures. So give her props to that. And I didn't see any comments on her stuff either. But the commenting is where I'm like, yeah, I agree. The commenting is it's a little too much. Why are you commenting on the picture? Liking, I can see you pull up your Instagram and you're scrolling through and you're just like scroll. Like I actually support a lot of my people, a lot of my friends and family and people I follow and other ninja warriors. I'm an American Ninja Warrior, so I do that. It's more of my social media persona. I also review movies and I also do dating advice. So I have not big, a big following, but I have a social media presence. I cannot deny that. So I go through, if I get on Instagram, before I make a post, I'm liking people's stuff. I'm liking somebody going to the dog park. I'm liking somebody canoeing. I'm liking the fitness videos, somebody lifting kettlebells and doing a kettlebell workout. I'm liking the wrestlers videos. I'm liking the Ninja Warrior video, regardless of gender. I'm liking the stuff. Now, it did get to the point where, since I'm in a relationship, I did personally look at like who I'm following. Like when I'm going through, opening it up, and I see somebody's picture pop up, I'm like, okay, it's a bikini pic. Do I know her personally? Have I ever trained with her as a personal trainer? As a personal trainer, had done Ninja Warrior with her, and we have some connection that's like involving us working out, or even a guy, like we have some connection involving us working out, whatever the case may be. No. Why am I following him? Why am I following her? I will go and follow. Like, what value are you adding besides just a bikini pic or a shirtless top pic? I'd rather ask my girlfriend, hey, can you send me a bikini pic? Can you send me this? Versus sit there and follow somebody who does that. Like, I actually pop my girlfriend up. I give her assurance and pop her up because she deserves it. I 1000% believe that. And I'll make sure that we're like, let her know, like, communicate, like, hey, it's a relationship. That's where I'm at. That's what I'm feeling. And I'll tell all this stuff. So for me, being on a social media app and looking at somebody's picture that pops up in my timeline, I'm like, oh, you're prepping for a show. Like, oh, you're doing a CrossFit workout. Like, oh, you're taking your dog to the dog park. Like, oh, you took your wife to the movie theater. Like I'm doing those kind of stuff versus like there's a reason why that person's there. The reason why we came in contact. I'm supporting because I'm following you. If I didn't care, if I didn't want to support you, I'm not going to follow. That's the way I look at it when it comes to social media as a presence. Now, I guess the average guy who doesn't have a social media following, who doesn't have a presence, if he's in there commenting and liking pictures left and right, and he's not giving you reassurance, because that's what it's coming down to, is reassurance and giving you the validation that, hey, I'm committed to our relationship, I trust you, I love you, all these things. If he's not doing that and giving you validation and giving you that reassurance, and then he's giving other people attention, you'll be like, where's my attention? How come you don't do that to me? And you're going to get more insecure and a little more jealous of what's going on. So it comes down to giving that assurance. Liking, it's not the issue. The issue comes as what is not given. He's not giving that assurance. He's not hitting your love languages. That's where the issue comes from. It's not the attention. It's not the attention. He can follow a bunch of accounts. I think just following a bunch of accounts is a little too much. But if he's following a bunch of accounts and still validating your relationship and giving you assurance and propping you up, there's no fear in that. But the fear is that he's not doing it. He's giving attention to other people that you're like, okay, well, which one is the one that I should be worried about? You don't want to think like that. You don't want to be in a relationship where you feel like you have to fight somebody's attention. They should be giving you that attention regardless of who they're following. But all right, let's keep it moving here. All right, so we're going to listen to 3 TikTok videos, and now I'll finally get my final things to help you guys with this situation. So this first one is from It's Kismet. So let's see what he has to say about the situation.
Liking other women's pictures on Instagram. I can't relate to that at all, because I'm like, if I'm in a relation, that's straight up cheating, right? In either direction, for sure. I don't even want a girl to have her profile public if I'm in a relationship with her, right? And I would only be doing all this stuff if it was tied to my business. But even just think about the act of a guy liking a girl's picture. Like, what is he doing? Is he expecting her to notice that and DM him, and then they go sleep with each other secretly on the side? Like, ew, is that a man? What are you talking about? If he's going to go smash a girl, go message her and try to make something happen, right? And then tell this girl, hey, I'm not into you fully. But he's trying to keep you on the side, and then he's digitally liking some girl who doesn't even know who he is. How embarrassing is that for him and for you for being with him? So I get them. They try to rationalize all men are the same. Oh, they like visual stimulation. Yeah, we're going to novelty like attraction, physical attraction, just like you'd like a compliment from a random barista saying, hey, nice sweater. Are you going to go to dinner with him? No. I'm not going to smash a girl on the street who I think is nice or nice looking if I'm in a relationship. So when you start to see those threads of like he's liking other girls' pictures and they're like, oh, well, girl, that's not the worst thing you could be doing. Yeah, it starts with that. Why is he liking her picture? It's just a pansy way to try to smash, right? Unless you're disrespecting him and you got to re-stimulate him emotionally to get past the novelty death and you got to make him sexually attracted to you, right? Let's do accountability. Let's take into account all nuances. I'm just trying to say something's wrong if your guy is liking other girls' pictures. It's not cool. It's not chill. It's weird. It's not good.
All right, so that was his point, right? So I was like, okay, let me see. He had the strong stance on this. Let me go look this up. I go to his account, find his account. He's following women like women with just pretty much boobs out, everything. Like he has accounts where he follow a bunch of meme accounts. He follow accounts that has nothing but just boobs out. So for him to be like, you can't like, women with can't go like these pictures, but you're following. And then he, to his credit, he don't like pictures, but he do follow a lot of girls who are private though. So I'm like, you follow these women who are private, but. And he says, he's like, I want my girl to have a private account. I don't want her to have a public account. So what are you afraid of? Like, she can have her public account, but what are you afraid of? And you're like, oh, he's going to go out and cheat. Like, when he's trying to get his way to crawl into it, he just said, go cheat if you want to cheat. Like, why are you trying to, like a girl's profile picture or like a girl's picture and hope she, refer back to you? Come on, man. Like, liking the picture, like you said, somebody can comment your girl, a barista can comment your girl, like your sweater, but that means she gonna go sleep with him. The dude can like a picture, and doesn't mean he gonna try to go sleep with her. What it comes down to, the attention that is being given. I'm gonna say this again: the attention that is being given in a relationship. If there's not the same attention not being given, the person giving this attention to dating app, to Instagram, to Facebook, to social media, and not getting that same attention to his girlfriend, that's the problem. It is not the liking, it's the attention that is being given. I will say that again. The attention that is being given is the issue, not the actual liking. All right, we're gonna do 2 more videos though. All right, this video is from Josh Lokowski. I'm about to turn the volume down on this because he has some music in the background. I feel like the other video I might have to turn the volume down on that one too, or find a way to edit because he also had like a licensed song in it. But let's see here. He goes, likes are cheating. Be honest, I'm going to be honest, sorry. But if you are in a relationship liking supermodel pics, I'm going to slow it down a little bit here because he's talking really fast. But liking supermodel pics and liking all their half-naked posts, you're following all these fitness dudes liking their shirtless photos. You are not faithful, he says. You are not a loyal person, he says. But Josh, I'm not acting on it. I'm not actually cheating on the individual. You're getting close to it, he says. You are a cheater in training, he says. You lack integrity. You lack morals. You lack characteristics, he says. And you lack respect for the other partner, he says. You will never be enough for you. It'll never be enough for you. No one will ever be enough for you until you realize it's okay to be, until you realize to be okay and content and complacent with what you have in front of you. What? And do you know how disrespectful that is? Do you know how embarrassing it is for their friends and their family, he says. To see your name under those photos, he says. To maybe even see them in the comments. He said, we live in a digital era. Ladies and gentlemen, this is how cheating starts. It starts with the like. It starts with the comment. It starts with a small DM. See, that's where it starts, the DM. But because we're not physically touching, we're not physically engaged, we want to downplay it. It's a lot deeper than that. And that's what he says. So he trying to say that it's cheating because the fact that it starts the other stuff. But the thing is, a cheater's going to cheat regardless. They're going to have to be social media to find a way to cheat. If they're going to cheat, they'll meet somebody at the park. They'll meet somebody at the grocery store. They'll meet somebody at the club. They'll meet somewhere else to cheat. They're not going to, just look at social media. Hell, they'll go get on a dating app and hide that and to cheat. Like, just because somebody liking a picture is not the cheating part. Here's the problem, and he mentions it too, part of it. It's the attention. It's the attention. One last video before I got here and give the tips that I think can help you guys in this situation. And this is from Ryan's _truth, and underscore. Let's see what Ryan's _truth_ says.
He's on social media liking pictures of other women, and it's making you uncomfortable. And you don't know how to go to him to explain the fact that it's making you uneasy, the fact that he's giving other women attention, essentially. Because he might just see it as, oh, I'm just liking a picture. I'm not pursuing it. I'm not doing nothing more than just this. And you're looking at it as, why does he even have to like the picture to begin with? Why do you have to give it attention? And in your head, you're probably thinking, well, he liked the picture because he liked the woman in the picture. And if he likes the woman in the picture, then what does that say about him and what does it say about me? Does he feel like the woman in the picture is more attractive than you? Because when it comes to liking their pictures, he's giving it all the attention. But when it comes to liking your pictures, it's an issue. On top of that, he probably went the extra mile to comment under the picture to say, hey, you look good. But when it comes to giving you validation and when it comes to giving you compliments, there's an issue. He probably responds to you saying, oh, I find you attractive, or why you even gotta ask? I like you. I think you cute. That's why I'm with you. And of course, there's a difference between your partner telling you that you're attractive and you having to guess if you are still attractive to them because they're not telling you or giving you any feedback. But let's stay on topic about liking the pictures on social media of other women. So now you're at the point where you want to bring it to his attention to say, hey, you liking the pictures are making me uncomfortable, but you don't want it to be an argument. So you go to him and you say, hey, babe, when you like pictures of other women, this is how it makes me feel. Because you're just informing him about how you feel. Now, he's going to react in one of three ways. He's going to either say, you know what, I wasn't aware that me liking the pictures affected you that way. So let me stop my actions because I didn't realize it was hurting you that much. He's going to say, well, I'm not pursuing them, so it shouldn't be a big deal. You're just jealous, or that's something that's going on with you. I'm just going to do what I want to do, how I want to do it, when I want to do it. Or he's going to say, well, since you want me to stop so bad, I guess I'll stop for you. Matter of fact, let me just delete all my social media because I guess I can't be on social media looking at other women. If he does anything but that first option of identifying how it affected you and wanting to stop because it's affecting you in a negative way, not because you asked him to, that means that he's going to continue to do it regardless. He's either going to continue to do it because he wants to, or he's going to stop temporarily because you asked him to, but then he's going to start up again. The reason being is because he doesn't see it as a big deal, but it's a big deal to you, so it should be a big deal to him. Now, I know some people might be like, oh, it's just liking pictures on social media is no big deal. It becomes a big deal when your partner isn't giving that same time, energy, and attention to you that they're giving to other people on social media. That's where the problem and the issue comes in at. It becomes even more of an issue when you bring it up and they invalidate your feelings and say, you know what, you just need to get over it because there's something going on internally within you. So if they do anything but validate your feelings, you probably got a problem still.
That was probably the best advice given in this whole situation. That right there. That was probably the best advice given in this whole situation here regarding the likings of the picture. It's not about the liking of the picture. It's about the attention that is being given that's not been given to your partner. So fellas, if you hear this and you hear ladies saying like, hey, it makes me feel uneasy when you like these pictures of these models and these people who are not providing anything of substance, and besides just a a booty pic. Like they're not providing anything else but just that. Like that's all you get on. You just see booty left and right or tits left and right. They're not providing anything else. Then you have to look at yourself, fellas, and be like, okay, am I not providing enough attention to my girl? Am I not giving her that same energy? Am I not giving her like, babe, I'm hyping you up. Let's go, babe. Let's go. Let's go. You know, babe, you are it. Let's go. Yes, queen, get it. Like, are you not hyping your girl? Are you not telling her every day, like, hey, beautiful, you're amazing. Hey, gorgeous. Hey, sexy. Hey, babe. Like, are you not hyping your own girl up? You're not saying, I appreciate you. I love you. I'm giving her gratitude. Hype her up. If you're not doing that and you're giving that more attention to some girl online, and you, like you said, you don't have to say it. You can just like it and be like, oh, I like this girl. Like, go through her picture. And you're like 15 of her pictures in a row, and they're all pictures of her on the beach, on like the boat. Somebody else said one in another video, doing something like in a bikini, and there's not like a video of her learning, teaching new food, teaching nutrition, a workout, or something of substance, talking about, you know, dating advice, talking about anything that's not just educate, something more than just the body pics. It gotta be something more than just attraction. If it's purely all attraction stuff, and you knew this and you don't know this person too prior to your relationship, then there's the issue. You're not giving your partner the validation and attention that she needs or that he wants. Now, if we're in a relationship and the girl's like, well, I'm gonna go like pictures too. You can't be jealous of that. You can't be jealous of that if you're gonna like people's pictures, and people picture who are shirtless or who are not topless, but like who are bikinis and stuff like that, supermodel pictures. You can't get upset your girl for liking the same type of picture, for liking the dude in the suit, for liking the dude in a turtleneck, liking the dude in whatever kind of outfit, dressed up classy. You can't get mad at that picture because you're doing the same thing. And you can't be like, well, I don't feel secure myself. There was one guy I listened to, I didn't play his video, but he was talking about like, well, I don't want my girlfriend liking a picture of a guy who has six-pack abs because I don't have six-pack abs. But get over yourself, man. Some being insecure, but like, you're like Ali, you just told him to get over himself. But yeah, because if you're gonna like the picture, then you don't like a picture of a girl in a bikini, don't be mad when your girl like a picture of a dude with his shirt off. Be secure in yourself when it comes to, especially fellas, because we don't look at social media differently than women do. So be secure in yourself. We look like, okay, cool. It doesn't mean your girlfriend will go cheat because she liked the dude picture with his shirt off. Like, that dude's not gonna sign in her DM because some girl liked this picture. No. Like, get over yourself. Be secure in your relationship. Talk to each other. Communicate. And that's where I'm gonna come down to the points to help you guys in this situation. All right, first things first. One, when you first start dating as your partner, as the person you're dating, what's their viewpoint on social media? Ask them how they use social media. Do they use it for promotion? Do they use it for, to build their brand? Or they just use it to, lackadaisically just go through life and they really don't care that much about it, but to get on it just to, to look at people's stuff every once in a while and get off of it. Ask how they use social media. That's going to be the main thing about it. Like, what's their viewpoint on it? Like, for me, my viewpoint on social media, I use it to build my brand. It's a tool to build my brand, to get my, presence out there more so people can see what I'm up to. I use it as like a vlog sometimes. I use it for, nerdy dating. I use it for my Ninja Warrior channel. I use it for my movie review channel. I use social media as a tool. So if I'm following somebody, I'm going out there supporting them, like, I see you, I want to hype you up, let's go. Let's go, support. One of the coolest things I love, like when I followed the Usos, the WWE tag team since, 2016. No, it was much longer than that. 15, 14. I've been following the Usos for a while, like Jimmy and Jay. And it's cool seeing somebody's rise to like, oh man, I remember following you when you were just getting into the business and wrestling, and now here you are, in one of the greatest WWE storylines of all time for my wrestling nerds out there. But yeah, as your partner, what's their viewpoint on social media? They're like, well, social media is stupid, I really don't get on it. Well, that's fine. Okay, cool. But then as they get on social media and start liking a bunch of people's pictures, there's like, okay, so you don't use it to build your brand, but you're using it just casually, but yet you're liking a bunch of pics. What are you doing here? Two, like, ask each other how you guys feel about liking people's pictures. Have that conversation with them and where you stand in that line. Like, is it somebody new? Like, do you care if somebody follows somebody new and liking their pictures and there's nothing of value getting added to it? Or is they already there before the relationship, before you start dating, and you're following them? Okay, cool. Then also ask a question about exes. There's another episode like Ali. On another episode, you told a dude to break up with his girlfriend who is not valuing his relationship because she's like an ex or like the dude that she cheated on her boyfriend with his picture. So what happened was the dude caught his girlfriend cheating with a guy. They discussed it. They stayed in a relationship, but then she went back and started liking his pictures. And I told the dude to leave that relationship. Apparently, she doesn't value your relationship enough to stay away from the guy that she cheated on you with. Look at who the exes are. Like, ask them, okay, are you still following your ex? How long y'all been together? How long were y'all together? How long ago was it? Was it, a decade ago? Was it recently? Like, if not gonna be, this is my part of insecurity, but if a partner of mine I was talking to was still liking an ex's picture and they just broke up 2 months ago, I'd be like, wait, y'all don't have a kid together and y'all liking each other's pictures still? What's going on there? So ask them how close that person is to them. If it's an ex, then be like, hey, okay, liking's one thing, but then are you having a conversation with this person on the side? Are they coming back into the picture? Because you liking your ex's picture, especially you just broke up 2 months ago, you're not over that relationship, and that person, you're still letting that person know that, like, hey, I'm still around. And that's what most people fear are when it comes to liking these pictures. Like, you might leave me for the person that you're liking the picture of. However, that person who's liking the picture, if they're one giving you 1,000% attention, validating you, having open communication with you, let you know, like, yeah, this is an ex of mine 5 years ago. I just didn't get rid of them. Didn't think anything of it. Okay, I see how it might make you feel. I had no conversation with them, but I will probably get rid of them because you feel like it might not be a good look that I'm giving my ex the attention that I could be giving you. I get that. I'm out. So, like, have that conversation with your partner. Talk it through with them, and they'll be like, well, I want to keep my ex in my life. Okay, that's might be fine for you, but it's not fine for me. And you be okay with just walking away from the relationship. Okay, you don't want to worry about whether or not they're following stuff on Instagram and controlling. You don't want to be controlling. So that's not what you're into. It's okay to leave that situation. It's okay to get yourself out of there. So my thing is, communicate with your partner, have a conversation with them, and see how much attention they're giving you. If they're not giving you any attention, but they're giving people attention on social media, then you can be like, hey, I don't feel validated in our relationship. I feel like you're not giving enough attention. I feel like you're not valuing our relationship as much. I appreciate you if you add more attention to our relationship. Not really stop liking, but I feel like you add more attention. And they're not trying to make that effort to put more attention and validate you and put you more in a relationship. Then maybe it might be time to say, I'm out. I'm sorry. And this is not for me. I want somebody who will appreciate me more than they do social media. And that's fair to have. So that is my tips. Communication about it. Have open communication. Talk about it. Also, like, if both people don't care about what the significant other like on dating app, or not dating apps, on Instagram, Facebook, social media, then have at it. Go like all the pictures you want if your partner doesn't care about it. But also, guys and fellas out there listening, with the person you're following, ask them what value they're giving to you. Ask. Are you following a porn star on, Instagram? Why? Like, you can go follow them on, Pornhub. Well, you don't have to follow them. You just go watch a video on Pornhub. You don't have to follow them. Like, what's the validation you get? Why following them on Instagram? What does that add to it? You can go get the video online. You can go get the video on, the hub, so you don't have to follow them on Instagram. That's not what your Instagram should be. Well, maybe it is. Maybe you're somebody in the adult industry, and there you go. But if you're not in that industry and you're not living that lifestyle, why are you following them? So ask yourself, like, what are you getting out of this? What is your Instagram made for? Sometimes you might think about that. It's new age dating. It's like the one dude says, digital age. We gotta think differently. But ask yourself, what are you using your Instagram for? What are you using it for? It's for entertainment purposes. Well, then how you define entertainment? Let your significant other know how you define entertainment. If you're following a bunch of celebrities on there, okay, cool. Are you following a bunch of athletes on there? Okay, cool. Like, what is your version of entertainment? But if you're just following booty pics left and right, and you're not adding any value but just a pic, then maybe it's time for you to let that person go. Maybe not let that person, but let that picture go. Maybe it's time to let that person you're following, you're not adding any other value, or just add your significant other to send you those same pictures. Babe, I like looking at lingerie photos. Can you send me lingerie photos? We can go to the store and buy an outfit, and you can do a pinup photo shoot in and send me the pictures. Like, I will appreciate that. I would love that. There you go. Therefore, you're getting that itch that you was getting on social media. You're getting that itch from your significant other. But what I like somebody who has washboard abs. Then maybe you might look at your partner and say, hey, if they're not working out and not trying to get in shape, and they're just not the build that you like, and you're not content and happy in your relationship, maybe it's okay to let that relationship go. Yes, it's vain, because you're like, oh, we get rid of somebody because of their look, but you're going to follow that person, and I would never expect somebody to change because I'm following a certain account. That's stupid. Don't change yourself because somebody else. Leave it. Don't be a part of it. Don't put yourself in that environment. Well, my husband don't look at me the same way because I don't look this way. Like, don't try to change yourself to match what your husband look at. Even then, he still won't look at you the same way. You'll change yourself and you're like, yeah, but I'm going to go like another girl's pic. I just got a boob job for you. What the freak? So, to me, it's, one, don't change yourself to match what somebody is liking on Instagram, social media, stuff like that. But at the same time, have that conversation with your partner. Talk to them about it. Be open about it. Ask them how you like using social media. Ask them, and then for fellas and people out there who liking these pictures, ask them what's the value you're getting out of those pictures. I personally have unfollowed a few girls I was following before my relationship because I was like, what value am I getting out of this? Okay, you're doing back day every single day. I see other back day photos, but then I follow an Olympian who's throwing weight around. Heck yeah, I'm gonna follow that Olympian. Like, they're throwing, a power snatch 350 pounds. That's awesome. I'm sorry. I'm a simple person. That's cool to me. So if a female is about to power snatch 350 pounds over her head, I'm going to follow. Like, you got my follow. You're an Olympian, you got my follow. Hands down. But I'm following that person because they're Olympian. I'm following that person because they're doing their thing, and I'm watching them like, okay, get that. But I'm not following a person purely because they're putting booty pics up. And that's one of my thing with social media. Ask yourself, for guys and girls who follow these people who have these accounts and liking people's pictures, ask yourself what the value you're getting out of it. If you can't answer that value, then maybe you might need to get rid of it. Maybe you need to get rid of that person, like unfollow that person. But if you're like, well, they're just only providing booty pics to me, ask your significant other to send you booty pics. If that's what you want, ask your significant other. That's what they're there for, to have a fun time in a relationship. You don't want to be in a relationship and just be boring. You want a relationship to be fun and exciting. So have them send you pictures. Have them show you stuff. It's okay to ask a significant other for those things. Don't be embarrassed, because you're going to go follow those girls who are doing that anyway. So, hey, babe, can you send me a booty pic? Hey, babe, can you send me a tit pic? Hey, babe, can you send me a bikini pic? I see the girl on there. I want to see it from you. It's not that hard. So, wrap it up. I feel like I'm ranting here. Communication. Ask yourself what your guys' viewpoint are on social media are. Ask yourself what value you're getting out of following these people and liking their pictures. Now, do I think it's cheating? No, I don't think it's cheating at all. But can social media be a gateway to open up? Yes, but if somebody's going to cheat, they're going to cheat regardless. So watch the person you're dating's actions. Watch how they're treating you. Watch what they're doing for you. If something seems off, don't be afraid to say, hey, I noticed, we don't do this as we used to. We don't do that like we used to. Don't be afraid to ask a significant other that you're in a relationship with them. Don't be afraid of them. Don't be afraid to ask them questions, and don't feel like you're obligated to stick in a relationship because you feel like your needs are not getting met. Don't do that to yourself either. You'll find yourself like, well, I feel like I wasted years staying in this relationship. You didn't waste years. Like, you learned a valuable lesson, but find yourself, get out of it. If you don't want to be in that situation, get out of it. Now, it's a lot easier said than done, because once you're being single again, you learn how to become single, learn who you are, learn about yourself, and move forward. But if a person's going to cheat, liking the pictures is not it's not the only thing that will stop them from doing it. They will find other ways to cheat. They will pull up Tinder. They will get on Bumble. They will find ways to cheat. But Instagram and social media, you're saying like, well, I don't want people looking what my partner likes. What do other people care about your relationship? Don't let other people dictate your relationship. It's your relationship. What are your conversations you and your partner have? Go over that, have that conversation, talk to each other about it, break that down. But don't sit there and try to like, well, so-and-so relationship is like this. So-and-so relationship could be falling underneath the rocks. But only thing you see is the picture they post on Instagram, so you don't know how that relationship really is. You don't know what's going on behind closed doors. So don't compare yourself to other people. Because somebody likes pictures doesn't mean they're not treating their significant other the same way. They're probably hyping their significant other every single day. So they'll be like, well, he doesn't like their pictures. Yeah, he could be treating his girlfriend like shit. Just saying. So, have a communication. Ask yourself what you guys' viewpoint on social media are. And then for people who are liking people's pictures, ask what's the value you're getting out of them. Are you building your brand and you're supporting somebody who they're supporting you? Bingo. But if it's just, nothing they're adding value to you, then maybe, you shouldn't like it. If it's an ex, it's okay to let that ex go. Why are you holding on to an ex? That's one thing I would say. So unfollow an ex pretty much. Don't have to sit there. You can leave the pictures up. Fine. If they're in your timeline, you can leave the pictures up because you're posting every day or posting every week, whatever the case may be. And you have to go do some digging. And somebody asks, well, is this one of your ex? Be free to answer that. Don't hide anything. But I don't think you should be following the ex at all. That's just my viewpoint. That's my thought process. But yeah, there we go. Before we wrap this episode up, I am going to talk about some Reddit stuff because it is an episode of Nerdy Dating, and we're just not talking only about TikTok and social media likes. Oh yeah, before I get into Reddit, I do want to just say one thing. That one dude, the middle guy who was like is cheating, he follows a lot of girls' accounts who have like maybe 24 likes, 15 likes per post, and he likes their photos. So just saying, like, I'm not sure if he's single or not, but he's acting like it's cheating. But bro, you're doing the same thing you're telling people not to do. My thing is, if you're gonna listen to somebody's social media advice or somebody's advice, see what they do, see how they live, how they move, and how they interact online as well. Because there are people out there who will say stuff just to get likes, but not actually following what they go through. One thing I can tell you about me, you can go look through my Instagram and go look through my stuff and see that, like, oh yeah, he practiced what he preached. Because what's the point of lying? It's not worth it. You'll get caught up eventually, and then you'll get turned on, like go straight downhill. So might as well be honest from the jump. Okay. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into some Reddits here. So this first one goes, how to handle getting constantly ignored by women. I have recently started taking more initiative in asking out women I find attractive in various public settings such as libraries, supermarkets, house parties, and bars. I always approach them respectfully. Typically, I introduce myself and express that I want to talk to them because I find them cute, pretty, or beautiful. We engage in small conversations about relevant topics such as discussing the books they're working on in a library or the party they're shopping for in a supermarket. However, almost every time they end up ignoring me after I manage to get their number. Okay, I try to remain positive, but it's becoming increasingly challenging. Apart from the dating apps and relying on mutual friends, which I have little control over, I'm unsure how I'll meet women I want to date. I'm curious if many of you have had similar experiences and how you overcome them. Managing to stay positive despite multiple setbacks and advice would be greatly appreciated as I'm reaching a point where dating feels like more trouble than it's worth. One, don't put too much pressure on it. That's my first advice. Rejection is going to happen. I've mentioned this multiple times on this podcast. You're not trying to date every girl in the world. You're trying to date the best girl for you. So keep approaching women. Keep asking, open up the conversation. Keep being respectfully and have these conversations. One day, one of those girls you talk to is going to respond back to you. Maybe the girl gave you the number because she was just being nice and she just wanted to end the conversation, and then you moved on. Another thing I would say, if you're going to approach a girl in person, don't hang around too long. If you see her in your library and hey, how's it going? So I'm looking for this book. Oh, you found it. Where'd you get it from? And don't hang around too long. You can open up the conversation and then move. Maybe 10 minutes. 10 minutes can be long, depending on where you're at. 10 minutes can be long. Maybe 5 minutes. Open it up, then head on out. Get away. Hey, I have to go, but it's nice meeting you. May I have your number, and then hurry up from there. Or in a club or bar, whatever the case may be, don't linger too long. Let her get some interest. Let her get some intrigue. The dating app's also a good place to meet somebody too, but you also know right there and there, you're matching with somebody who wants to go on dates. So dating app is a good place to go. But as far as meeting somebody in person, one, don't put too much pressure on yourself. Rejection happens. You'll find the one girl who won't reject you after you get the number. The fact that you open up conversation, having conversation is a good thing. So keep that up, keep that going. But you will get a girl who will respond back to your text after you get her number. So don't be discouraged. Like I said, you're not trying to date every girl in the world. You're trying to date the girl who's best for you. All right, next question here, or next advice thread. My girlfriend, 25, female, and I, 25, male, decided to open our relationship, and I feel so crushed under pressure. So for 3 years, my girlfriend has been telling me that she would like to open our relationship. So far, no problems on my side. I agree with her arguments. The discussion comes back from time to time, but nothing more. A week ago, she asked me the killer question. I want you to grant me freedom. Ew. I want to explore I want to explore other facets of myself. I want to discover my kinks, etc. So after discussing it together, having thoughts about it on my side, I say to myself, why not? I don't want to wake up one morning at 50 with regrets for not having lived my life either. We're a solid couple in my opinion. We've been together for 8 years. We've been through a lot of bad times, but I don't feel good about it. The other man, I know him. He is very attractive physically. He can talk. He is full of assurance. He in short, a ladies' man. Where it weighs on me is that she seems bewitched by him. He constantly tease her, and she likes it and responds even more. Not to mention the daring photos she receives and sends almost every day. Okay. Inside, I feel pushed aside, as if she were a child with a new toy and I'm the old one. I've been asking myself the question for several days: would I be asking too much to be the priority, or am I just being paranoid? She tells me and reassures me that when I talk to her that she doesn't want to give up anything we built together for sex, and honestly I trust her completely because she never lies, but it's draining on me of so much energy. In short, I would like to hear your story or opinions to get to see it more clearly. So she had a man in mind. It wasn't just a spur of the moment that I want to be open. She wanted to have sex with the guy. She even said, I don't want to give our relationship up just for sex. But that's what she's doing. She wanted to open a relationship so she can hook up with this dude with no repercussions, with no guilt that she wanted to hook up with somebody else, wanted to share pictures and be kinky with him, that she felt like she couldn't be kinky with you. To me, man, your relationship, it's been 8 years, a good run, but it's ended. I'm sorry. Now you could say, hey, I want to be more priority. I want to be the main guy. We're in an open relationship, but I want to be number one and he can be number two. Or I guess you can ask and communicate, like, what can I do better in our relationship? What can I do better to satisfy you? Okay, you want to explore these kinks? I can't explore these kinks with you. Are you open to those ideas, or are you trying to shut those ideas down when she bring them to you? When she say, I want to be more kinky, instead of saying, awesome, babe, let's be kinky together, or you be like, nah, that's not me. I'm just not that kind of guy. And by you doing that, you're kind of shutting her down, so she feel like she needs to go get it from somebody else. Are you hitting her needs as well? If you're not hitting her needs, but she's hitting on your needs, she's going to go find that somewhere else. And that's what she has done. She found the guy who you say is physically attractive, the ladies' man. She found that guy and she's sending him pics. He's sending her pics. Wait a minute. But at what point did you guys open a relationship before that, or did you guys, if she's doing it, whether she's doing it after you guys open a relationship, or the way I want to rephrase it is, she sent those pictures before you guys opened a relationship? Like, did she do that because she was sending them before and now they just came out after you guys opened it? She was cheating, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So if you want to save this relationship, you can say, hey, babe, how can I be the priority? What can I do to make sure you're sexually satisfied? What can I do to make sure your needs are met? What can I do to do this? Like, ask her those things. Ask her, what can you do better? And then she's like, well, there's nothing you can really do. I have everything I want here. So she get her cake and eat it too. And you're not okay with that deep down. You're not comfortable being in an open relationship and being the second fiddle to your own relationship. In that case, it's time to go. So that's your option. Open up, like, ask her, how can you be a better priority? What can you do to make sure she's sexually met and her needs are met in a relationship? And she says nothing you can do, then maybe it's time to move on. It's gonna suck. 8 years is a good run. You've known each other since high school, but it's time to look somewhere else if she doesn't want to assist you in making the relationship better. All right, last one here. I've 21 male, been hoeing through a lot lately and don't know if this text is okay to send to my girlfriend. 20 female. Backstory is that my girlfriend takes a while to respond. I know and understand that that's just how she is lately. Lately I've like hoeing. I'm still on the hoeing part. It's not hoeing. I think he meant going. I've been going through a lot lately and don't know if this text is okay to send to my girlfriend. Yeah, he put HOING. I think he meant GOING. Backstory is that my girlfriend takes a while to respond. I know and understand that that's just how she is. Lately, I've had a lot going on and feel overwhelmed. This caused me to spam text her without response. Would this be a good way to apologize and tell her I need her help? And this is what he wants to send her. I've been texting you so much because I'm in a bad spot mentally. For over a week, it feels like I've been in a constant state of panic. I'm not saying this to make you feel bad. It's not really our relationship, but it's work and school and everything else. I feel overwhelmed by it all. I feel like my life is falling apart and nothing's going right. I don't know what I'm doing. I need someone to talk to, and I was reaching out to feel like something in my life is going right. I'm sorry for how much I've texted you. I should have just been honest instead. Backstory is that my girlfriend takes he's still on that. Backstory is my girlfriend takes a while to respond. I know and understand that that's just how she is. Lately, he put the same thing. Would this be a good way to apologize to her and tell her I need her help? And then he said, too long, didn't read, overwhelmed with life and over texting my girlfriend. I regret that I did that and want to apologize and ask for help. I don't think that text message is good to say. You need to talk to her in person. Don't send it in text. Say, if you see her, like, hey, whenever she responds back to you, next time you see her, hang out with her, say, hey, sorry about all the, spamming you. I'm just going through a lot. One, are you blowing her phone up? How many times have you texted her and she didn't respond back? Y'all both are two different people. They're both going through two different lives. She's going to text you when she's ready to text you, and you feel like, her texting you is too long, and she's waiting, 24 hours or 48 hours to text you back, then there's an issue. Maybe not put in a relationship with somebody who waits 48 hours to text you back. If it's not something you're okay with, have your standard. But to me, my thing is to you might need to speak to a therapist. Speak to somebody who you can, unload life on and say, hey, this is what I'm going through. School's getting a lot, work's getting a lot, I feel overwhelmed, can't meet my grades, stuff like that. You might need to speak to a therapist. Go to your school counselor and talk to them and say, hey, there's therapy sessions I can get. Here in college, they do have accessible things for you guys to go through. Speak to somebody who can help you get to college and guide through college. So speak to your counselor. This is what's going on. But don't bog down your relationship with all the stresses that you have, because then what's going to happen is she's going to start resenting you and be like, wait a minute, I can't deal with this. You're not working on yourself and you're trying to push your stuff off on me and use me as a punching bag. I don't need that kind of energy right now. So my thing is, now granted, if she's a supportive girlfriend, she'll be there to back you up and stuff like that. Say, hey, what can I do? What can I do? How can I assist you? So I would say, one, tell her in person. Don't tell her in text. So that way she has the opportunity to kind of sit there and register and ask, how can I help? What can I do to better, make it easier for you? We can go teach it. We can go to a study hall and go over, different lessons and stuff like that, so we can get better to ace that test, so we don't have to worry about that test coming up. So talk to her in person. Don't send that text message. I would say let her respond back. If you're texting and you have 6 messages you text her and you haven't got a response back since noon that day, and you've been blowing her phone up since noon, stop it. But you respond back, when you see her in person, have that conversation, say, hey, this is what I'm going through right now. Sorry for blowing your phone up. You know, I have a lot going on, but I want to work on it. We'll speak to my school counselor, and she cares. She'll be like, hey, what can I do to make it better for you? What can I do to help you, you know, ease the burden? But if she's not really fully invested, she might be like, you know what? Okay, understand, you got this. Or she might try to, you know, give you some advice as well. But definitely do not blow her phone up. Don't send that text message. Talk to her in person and go from there. All right. Well, guys, that's it for this episode of Nerdy Dating. Thank y'all for listening. Please like, share, subscribe. Please send this to your friends and family. And if you have a question, please put in the comment section below and I'll answer it on the next episode. Or you can send it to alizakkanerdydating@gmail.com. That's alizakkanerdydating@gmail.com. Other than that, thank you guys for watching this episode of Nerdy Dating and keep being awesome. Thank you for watching this episode of Nerdy Dating. I really appreciate it. If there's another episode you want to watch, you can look at it right there. If you want to subscribe to the page and watch more content, it's down here. Also, you have a question about dating, you want to put it in the comment section, go ahead and do it. Or you can send me your dating question to my email of alizakkanerdydating@gmail.com. That's alizakkanerdydating@gmail.com. And I will answer your question on the next episode of Nerdy Dating. Thank you so much for watching the show. I appreciate you and keep being awesome.